Hey everyone, welcome to our very first 10th edition battle report. We are ready to jump into it. I've got some painting done. Salamanders here I'm playing against. Of course, you recognize these fellows here. They have some new models as well, so really excited for that. Can't wait to get this game going. We are just doing the only war mission from the rulebook, just kind of going with the tactical cards, just get used to everything and try out some new units and get a feel for how our armies play and how the game has slightly adjusted for both of us. So it's both of our first game in it. We have 2,000 points here. Of course, with me, we have the Tyranids. So I am taking the amazing Hive Tyrant with his free strats, of course. We got a Neurotyrant here with his two little buddies up front, acting as my little tokens. Tyrant Guard, he is attached here. We've already gone over most of the pre-game stuff. Then Broodlord is with the Genestealers. Tyrant as well has the Adaptive Biology for the Feel No Pain bonuses, because I only have 3 Tyrant Guard, but again, just trying some different things out. List building is kind of weird right now, where units are either maxed or not maxed. I mean, you can bring as many numbers as you want, but points-wise, it's kind of strange. And of course, I wanted to try out a few new units, so they had to make the cut. But when we have the Barbgaunts, really pumped to use these little lads. Don't get the bases done with that. I got the Leapers on the painting table right now. I was hoping to have them ready, but they will be in the next battle for sure. 2 units of Gargoyles, 10 in each of them. The Screamer Killers. So really pumped about this big lad. Hoping he's going to do something. We'll see. Exocrine, Deathly... Oh, I have Alien Cunning as well on the Neurotyrant, so we're going to see how that plays out. Should be pretty fun. The Lictor here. 2 units of Zoanthropes, because they are my anti-tank, and as you see, there's no tank on the other side. We're trying them out. They are cheap, 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 and as you know, you always see them. They're one of my favorite units of all time in Tyranids. 10 Genestealers, gonna give them a go. They are blenders if they can make it across. The problem is gonna be making it across, but again, Alien Cunning should help with that, and just trying some new things out just to see how it all plays. And I love me some Genestealers, and it's been ages since the Broodlord or them really saw the table. Maleceptor, of course. Trygon, because he got a little bit buffed, and I'm really liking the look of it. Then my Dima is making an appearance here, proxying as a Haruspex for me, because I only have the one, but I'll probably get another one. But actually, I will wait for the Codex to come in October. But for now, whenever I do Haruspex and an Exocrine, of course, my Dima will be making an appearance, because he's a big blender boy like the Haruspex. But that's 2,000 points of Tyranids.
Alrighty, first game of 10th edition, here we are. We got the Salamanders back in the versus spot. Starting out with, I guess, my characters. I have a Captain and Terminator armor. He's the OG model, not the new one, but that's okay. He's still a Terminator. We have the Apothecary, just the regular Apothecary. He's going to be leading those Infernus boys. And then I also have a Justiciar, and he's going to be leading the Blade Guard. Into my battle line, I have a 5-man squad of intercessors, just regular intercessors, and Greyfax is going to be their leader to give them the anti-psyker 4-up. I got a 5-man squad of assault boys, and they're just going to be an objective holder. And then into the rest of them, I got a 10-man squad of Infernus guys, built and glued up today. Not enough time to paint them, but we'll get some paint on them eventually. I got 6-man squad of aggressors, 3-man squad of Eradicators. One of them has a multi-melta, because that's an option, I guess. I got a 5-man squad of Terminators, with the Ripper Autocannon, Stormbolters, and then the Power Fists. And then 5-man squad of Assault Terminators, Thunderhammer Storm Shields. The Captain is going to be their leader. I got a 5-man Scout Squad, just with their heavy snipers. I got some precision, hopefully take down a couple characters maybe. We got the, slipped my mind, Eliminators, that's what they are. They have the Las Fusils, which is now D6 damage, so I'm looking forward to that. 6-man Blade Guard, Sergeant has a Neo-Volkite pistol. And then I think the very last thing is the Redemptor Dreadnought. And he's not running the Plasma, he is as he is with the that assault cannon that he's got there. But that is 2,000 points of Salamanders.
Everyone, here is the battlefield we are playing on today. It is the only war mission from the pack. The rules are the Leviathan pack. Salamanders and I have been talking though, and also in the Basement Wargaming community, I think we are going to run the Tyrannic Wars Crusade, running along with that. in the coming weeks, probably run it for the duration of the summer. It looks fantastic. Again, a great way to get into 10th edition. And I never really ran a full crusade, and we've got the community to help support it now. So it would be really cool. We'll keep it simple, but we'll share details on that and hopefully get some games going. But back to this mission, we're doing tactical objectives. We have our priority targets is the primary mission, hammer and anvil, and the mission special rule is chosen battlefield. So we actually got to pick where this objective was set up, and I think we more or less put it the spot it was supposed to be. Pulled it back a little bit, I think, behind the big ruin there as well. So it should be pretty interesting with the new terrain rules as well. Nothing huge, a few little changes, but nothing too major for what we've got going on here. There's 5 objectives set up, and we'll be drawing our cards after. I am the attacker, so the Salamanders are defenders. So they're going to go ahead and start deploying here. And for me, the Lictor is going to be appearing because it's free to do so for rapid ingress. And then the Salamanders you have everyone on the board, yeah? Sorry, you were doing Terminators?
Yeah, the 2 Terminators up in the sky.
They're in the sky. And yeah, and then that's it for strategic. So we'll come back after we have deployed, and we'll find out who's going first and look at some objectives in this game. Folks, we have deployed. So on my side with the Tyranids, we got the Maleceptor, Exocrine, 3 Zoes, Gargoyles, Screamer Killer right up front center, ready to go up and do his thing. Barbgaunts, Neurotyrant, Hive Tyrant, Neurotyrant, Haruspex, Trygon, Gargoyles, Broodlord, Genestealer gang, and Zoe's in there. And then the Lictor will be appearing somewhere. And then opposing me, we have Blade Guard with the Judicar. Then over this way, the Aggressors, Eradicators behind, the Ballistus, and then the Redemptor, yes. Ballistus is the new one. Scouts, Greyfax and Gang, Intercessors, Eliminators, the what's that? Is that the Biologist?
Nope, that's just the regular.
The regular okay, with the Infernus. And then in Teleport, we've got Terminators and one with the Captain. So that's it. We're going to roll off for first turn here, then generate some objectives in this tactical mission. So it should be a fantastic time. Here we go. 4 to a 2. So Salamanders get to go first, which...
It's the Salamanders edition.
Yeah, well, I want you to go first, I think, so I get to redeploy a couple things. So we are done movement for these Salamanders. So over on this side, there is teleport homers set up here and over there. I forgot to mention those. In terms of secondaries, you had area denial and what was the other one? Extend battle line. So he was able to achieve them, but had to commit a bit.
I got both of them.
Yep. The both parts of it?
Yep.
Perfect for you, not me. So they made it to the middle with Greyfax. So Salamander's putting himself in a forward position, again, wanting to rack up some points here nice and early before the Tyranids clash into their lines, but doing it quite well. So the advance roll made by the Infernus guys, that's going to be a bit of a troublesome unit to deal with over there, but we'll see what we got. We do have some fast, needy boys that can zip around there, hopefully make some charges and see what happens. And then everyone else on this side advancing forward, except them, they just stay put. They don't move, they didn't advance. Then these lads move forward, advance. They only get an inch, but the Eradicator's getting 6 inch advance, which is very helpful, getting position, because again, I think I'm going to draw first blood here, but they will get a solid clap back on this end. Also with rapid ingress also being a possibility, depending on how close I get, could shut me down for doing a few things as well. So let's head into shooting. That's probably going to be, that will be the end of the turn, as there is no melee going to happen. And Psychic is rip. No good there, everyone. So that is it for shooting for the Salamander. So not too good, but again, scoring 2 objectives quite easily. So the Screamer Killer took the brunt of the damage this turn. Getting my free Feel No Pain from the Hive Tyrant there was the difference. Yeah, I actually think he would have killed him. I made some really good Feel No Pain rolls with my, I don't know if anyone has seen yet, custom basement wargaming dice, but we're both using them, so no excuses here. And then the Haruspex took a wound from the snipers has 2 wounds. Sorry, he has 14 in total. So that's it. We're going to jump into Tyranid's turn now. You have scored 2 objectives, and then we'll come back after my movement's done and we'll find out what I'm rolling with for my own objectives. All right, folks, so movement is done for the Tyrant. So objective-wise, I bring it down and engage on all fronts. Kind of sucked. Good start for the Salamanders again. I'm in a better position to kill, I think, where you are, and as of right now, it's turn 1, better for scoring. So the Screamer Killer had, and I thought I failed Battle Shock, but we misread it, and he wasn't ready to take one yet, but he did fail. It was scary for a hot second. Not that there's a ton of strats I think he'll be using. He will probably die after he hopefully kills those Marines and Greyfax in the middle. We'll see. Genestealers came over here, primed for a charge over this way. If not, we'll hold the objective. Hopefully not die. We'll see. And then back here, Exocrine staying still, so I do have a bead to hopefully hurt the Dreadnought, maybe kill it. There is Zoanthropes here also in range, so I could just spike it down with some Warp Lance type stuff. Maleceptor stayed back. I made it so he cannot come into my backfield. Gargoyles position here that I can shoot. I kept one line over there that I can move with them, so I get positioned a little bit more spread out. Again, just screen at my Zoanthropes from the Blade Guard coming through, because I'm trying to set it up so if the Blade Guard comes through to hold the objective or hang out there, I'll be able to zap them, because they actually can't hold the objective unless they're touching the terrain as well. So that works out good. Trygon over here, ready to make, we guessing a 9 to 10 inch charge around there. We're going to just roll them when that time comes. Over this way, Gargoyle spreading out between the Exocrine, and I have 1 Gargoyle in range to shoot 1 guy in the middle, which allowed me to move 6 and spread out even more, because these Zoanthropes that were in here have left, come over this way. They're within 6 of the Hive Tyrant, thus gaining assault and allowing me to warp, blast over this way at these guys or into the middle or wherever I need to. So we're going to come back after shooting. Yes. So shooting is done for the Tyrant, so it felt a little bit different in how things went, but all said and done, got rid of 1 Eliminator up here, which wasn't too bad. We're going to charge with the Trygon around there. Screamer's going to make his move into there. Killed one of these guys, killed one of the aggressors, and they along with the Blade Guard are slowed down thanks to that, and I dropped the Dreadnought down to 5 wounds. With the Zoanthropes, I'm going to say it out loud now for my own reminder. And remember, they have lethal hits. It could have come into play, but it's too hard to say. I got 1-6 there, but got to remember that. Lethal hits and sustained hits. Actually, that wouldn't have mattered there because he's a vehicle. So we're going to charge in it then with the Genestealers, thankfully hiding behind the cover so I can't be seen. And same with this lad's going to charge up here. Then we got a Carnifex charging, or Screamer Killer charging as well. And I think that will be it for all of my charges, and we'll go into fight. All right, folks, so Tyranid turn is done. So the Genestealers over here have made their charge in, blended the aggressors only by 2 wounds. The Broodlord didn't get to attack, but they almost actually lived. Did not get many mortals, but all said and done, they've done their job. They're tying them up. They're just being pesky. And then over this way, the Screamer Killer went in, killed everyone but Greyfax. Greyfax is still alive with the Screamer. And I failed to charge over here. One thing that I got to remember for myself, getting that free strat from the Hive Tyrant. I could have just re-rolled that for free. However, I gave him the onslaught thing. So, yeah, that's it. Let's jump into Salamander's turn 2. All right, folks, so movement is done for the Salamander. So I popped Shadow on the Warp, and actually we got some targets. Not the ones I wanted, but actually it did matter for this one. So the Blade Guard failed, which is pretty important because he wanted to go over there or potentially come and take this objective. But now they can't hold the objective. So even if they come and kill the Gargoyles, yes, they will still be there, but they won't be holding an objective, which matters a bit for him, depending on how the turn goes, of course. And also not being able to use any stratagems on them as well is kind of important. Then the Genestealers, the guys fell back in there, the Eradicators. Snipers failed Battle Shock as well as the Dreadnought. Then everyone else that I wanted to fail did not fail because you have engaged on all fronts, which I don't think you'll be... No, unless you make a charge against the Trygon, but I don't think you want to do that. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you have to be 3 from the there. And then what was your name of your other one? The other one is, I can't remember the name of it, but he wants to hold an objective in No Man's Land, which he has there. So banking on killing the Trygon, because I could jump into combat there with my free heroic movement, and then Terminators dropping in here with the captain, and then everyone else passing morale, morale or battle shock, whatever it's called. And then, sorry, I do have a Lictor. I'm going to bring him in as well. He's going to come sit over here, where he can't be shot because he's lone operative. But if these guys come in, I can jump in, take the Judicar out, because the fights first is kind of annoying for me. So yeah, I forgot to move him. He's going to come in. All right, so that is the end of shooting. So pretty decent. Chopping up a few Genestealers. You killed 3 of them. Wait, 4 of them. Yeah, 6 there. So not too bad there. Killed off the Screamer, quite healthily killed him off. I didn't use the Feel No Pains as I'm saving my free stratagem there for whoever wants to heroically intervene or needs to. The Trygon, I did spend 1 CP there, getting him to use some Feel No Pains, which actually came in handy a little bit. I think I saved 2 or 3 wounds there, which helped because he was down to 8, and he was out the moments too, if you see that marker there. But I do believe, and I did lose, 3 of the Barbgaunts, so they could get hit by Battle Shock, but all said and done, as long as you have 1, they could just dump shots and slow things down quite easily. And I see some Terminators across the way, so I'm going to be picking on them probably. So we're going to jump into charges. We've got a couple that are going to go down here, find out where the Blade Guard want to go, probably the Dreadnought too, as well as the Terminators making an attempt. If they don't make it, they are in trouble.
Rerollable thanks to the captain.
Yes, the captain. So, yeah, let's roll on camera. This will be our first on-camera roll. Do you want to do them first, I assume? Yep, Terminators come in. Oh.
Need to reroll that. There we
go.
go. 11 inches.
11 inches coming in. That's bad. For me, potentially. Yeah, probably as bad. Yuck.
Thunderhammer, baby.
Yep. And then let's just capture it all, because this is pretty crucial, the entire roundabouts of what's going to happen here. Where's the Blade Guard going to go? Is the question.
Blade Guard are going to go into the Genestealers.
You're going to go for Genestealers. Okay. Letting me have the objective. I'm okay with that. Yeah, for this turn. So we'll see.
-2 though.
Yep, so we said if he rolled, I think, double one. No, he's good. If he rolled double ones because of the effects from the Barbgaunts, he actually would have failed, which would have been comical. The Dreadnought's in too. So that's it for charge. We're going to come back after that. All right, folks, so turn is done. Pretty good for the Salamanders here. All the Genestealers are taken out. Some good rolling on their hit rolls coming in with them, even with the Hypnotic Gaze from the Broodlord. He had 25 attacks with the Blade Guard, and I think he only missed with 4 of them. So really good rolling there. Over here, a huge spike with the devastating wounds from the captain. Get that to them?
No, that was just the Terminator.
Oh, just the thumb. Okay. He rolled 6. Was it 6?
Yep.
Yeah, 6 6s of, I think, 12 attacks. So it was half of your attacks were 6s. Completely obliterated the Trygon. Actually killed him down to perfect amount, but then the captain was still there. So all said and done, though, scoring the objective there. Threw away engage, getting up to... yeah, you'll see the points in a second.
Was it 5 in a second? I get 5 for tempting target.
5 for tempting, yeah. So not too bad. So Salamander's clapping back here. Now the Tyranids' turn to strike back. I think the dead pile is pretty even, considering where you're going first. I think it's a pretty even-paced game, so it's great to see. Let's jump into Tyranids' turn, number 2. Folks, some movement done for Tyranids. So over this way, Gargoyles moving over here and advancing. Going to shoot them and jump in behind the cover. Just hanging out. They are Synapse from the Neurotyrant. Lictor. Just hanging out on the edge of there. I actually just want him to be as far away as possible holding that, because hopefully they die, but they're going to be getting Barbgaunted. Over this way, Zonthorpe's moving up. They can shoot the Terminators there. They can shoot up here. And now also there is Terminators here that have rapid ingress onto my point. Haruspex moving up the middle. Zoe's over here moving and advancing because of the Tyrant's aura helping them out there. Neurotyrant moving over so we can flame those guys, see what happens. These Gargs moving and advancing over there. The Haruspex getting overwatched by the Flamers, and they're hoping just to chip it down a little bit. And then I'll be able to shoot there. Then I will seal this objective as well. So trying to play the objective game as much as possible. Where the Salamanders are a little bit ahead, don't want anything to snowball, keep the game tight, and set ourselves up to hopefully jump a little bit forward. So let's come back after. So pretty devastating turn for the Tyranids here. Rolling phenomenally well, well above average, which made a huge difference. Wiped out the Blade Guard with a single volley from the Exocrine, really demonstrating the anti-infantry. These guys shooting in at someone, and I forget who, and they just jumped over, so they're behind cover, teed up to grab another objective. The Redemptor, I fired on 3 Zoanthropes, whiffed pretty hard, only getting 1 through, but made a save. The other 3 Zoanthropes fired in, got the wound off, rolled the exact number of wounds to kill it. It blew up, killed Greyfax, killed one of those guys. And the Terminators over there slowed. Gargoyles jumping ahead, shooting, taking the objective from them with a higher objective count. And that is it. I'm going to roll it up on camera here. The Haruspex is going to go in at that lone Eradicator. And I'm going to pull out the old Booch dice here. Grab 2 Kare dice. We're going to roll a big charge coming through. So here it is. 8. I think that would do it. We will come back and find it. One thing to note too, because I'm sure people are asking and wondering, the objective in the center. We are host ruling here in our community for now that you can move over them, at least in this game, for example, when we set the terrain up here. If not, even infantry wouldn't have been able to charge if someone just sat on the other side. So just for a sake of playing, we both threw that. That was at the start too. We agreed that before anyone came through. So just want to mention that just for anyone asking, and you might have seen these here as well, because I'm sure some people have been wondering that. We don't really like it. Some tournaments have been hosting it. It seems like a silly rule, but we're just going to go with it. All right, folks, so that is the end of the turn here. The Haruspex gobbled them up. So Tyranids scoring Storm Hostile objective, as well as getting, what's the other one called here? The Defend Stronghold, not getting it, but we're holding this objective, and as of right now, nothing can actually make it back there, with the Terminators being slowed by 2 inches and their charges messed up as well. So that's it. Huge swing turn for the Tyranids. This is honestly looking like a very tight game. My dead pile at the start of this turn was actually much more significant than the Salamanders. I think when we actually looked at it, I thought it was a little bit tighter, but the Salamanders were well ahead. But this turn, devastating results coming through. Again, rolling amazing. I got max shots, I just want to emphasize, on both of them firing in. So that made a huge difference. And then again, just I hit all of my wound rolls with both of them as well. And all my hit rolls thanks to sustained hits against infantry. So huge move there. All said and done, though, we are enjoying the tactical objective. It does have, definitely add some changes, and overall the rule set, it feels very not different, but I really like the battle shock thus far. It seems kind of cool how it can impact the game. Obviously there's some stronger factions that are messing with 10th edition, but overall liking the changes. We're going to jump into we'll probably play out the Salamander's turn just to see what happens, but at this point the Tyranids are a little bit ahead. So turn done for the Salamanders. We kind of wrapped it up quickly. Not too much happening, but a lot actually happening in the end. So Gargoyles cooked over there. So objectives, you needed to hold 2 of these ones, No Man's Land, hold his home one. These guys have positioned that our Gargoyles actually won't be able to make it onto that objective. So he is going to get that unless I somehow shoot them, which I could with Zone Thropes. It's possible. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. And then the Terminators coming in, taking out the Haruspex, grabbing that objective, securing some points there. Really, we're going to play with the Tyranid turn. If I kill them, if a couple of them live, then the Space Marines have a chance here. It actually is a pretty tight game overall. Points-wise, I think it's pretty neck and neck. But we're going to jump into Tyranids. Turn number 3. So, in a huge turn of events in the Tyranids turn, we got behind enemy lines. So Lictor needed a 6-inch advance to make it. I rolled a 3. Command CP and got a 6. Ooh. So he made it in, got behind enemy lines between them and them. Gargoyles moving over this way. Maleceptor holding an objective. He didn't have anywhere he could shoot, being that he might have been able to move in advance and get in there with the Hive Tyrant, but I want to hold that objective. Then the Zone Thropes coming here. My other objectives, I have to clear the middle. So everything is going to be gunning at those Terminators. So hopefully taking them out between all the firepower coming in, and then the Flamers and Heavy Venom Cannon coming this way from the Tyrant. Pull them back because I need extra shots. I got to stop him scoring because it is a tight game. It's 45 to 46 upon me scoring behind enemy lines. In a Tyranid's turn, unfortunately, used up a lot of my good rolls last turn. Rolled abysmally for my total number of shots against those guys. Kind of came out spicy though with the Lictor there, I can't lie. These guys are still alive. I killed 1, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, I killed 1 and injured 1. But that is it. So we're going to head into turn number 4 for the Salamanders. All right, folks, so the end of the turn here. So we got ourselves a really great game here. The Gargoyles in the back, he came in to kill them. 2 lived, which is huge because now they will jump over, grab that objective from him, and be sneaky. Then over this way, Feel No Pain coming in clutch. Zone Thrope lives with 1 wound. Not a huge deal, but again, stopping his no prisoners from maxing out. So we got he did kill my Barbgaunts there, so to get some points there. Cleanse that objective over there as well. So you have both of those done. So cleanse done for 3, no prisoners for 3. So 2 objectives not fully maxed, but scoring nonetheless. Let's jump into Tyranids turn number 4. We got ourselves a spicy game here. Folks, so movement is done for the Tyranids. We drew capture enemy outpost and cleanse. So we got ourselves a tight game here, especially for the fact that I spent 1 CP, jumped these guys over here, passing. I failed my battle shot, but then I passed with insane bravery. And then he overwatched and killed one. So now I have to kill one of these two because they are on the objective there. And then I steal that, score 8 victory points, and also deny him. Well, actually, I'm denying points anyway, but just got to do that. And over this way, Lictor jumped back onto this objective, cleansing that one. So the real cheeky thing I'm doing here is for cleanse. You can do it on an objective if you're eligible to shoot, but it is scored at the end of the turn if you control the objective. So these zoanthropes moved advanced. I moved the Hive Tyrant up. They're just within 6 there, and it turns them into assault. Thus, they are eligible to shoot, and they can start to perform a cleanse on there. He's supposed to be an inch away there. It's just move it. That's a metal zoanthrope, so he's holding him up. That dude passed his battle shock with Synapse, jumped back. Maleceptor come over. Now doing this, so it does make my charge longer, but I do have a free strat that I can use from the Hive Tyrant if I need it, because I have no CP. Then the Exocrine teed up to shoot at the dudes in the back. Neurotyrant coming over to flame over there. So we got ourselves, like I said, a fantastic. All right, folks, so shooting is done. It has happened. I've cleared the objective back here, which is a huge swing point for the Tyranids. Killed them off. The Exocrine going absolutely berserk with my sustained hits, getting too many 6s for the Salamander's comfort. However, over here, the Maleceptor fired in along with the flamer from this dude back here at the Terminators, killed off one and injured another, which is what I wanted. So now we're going to attempt to charge. Going to record on camera because it's a pivotal moment for scoring points. Maleceptor is going to come around. We'll grab the Kare dice.
No CP.
No, I do get my free reroll from my Hive Tyrant. All right, so we're going to roll these up. Huge charge coming in. I think it's going to be about a 6 or so, but that'll do it for sure. So the Maleceptor is in, thus taking the objective, but as long as he doesn't kill me in the clapback. Folks, so that is it. The Maleceptor came in, didn't kill anything, lost 2 wounds in return, but he is objective 4. The Zoanthrope is objective 1, so I control the objective, thus completing the cleanse there. Cleanse is completed here, and then back here, this lone Gargoyle being the absolute troll, scoring me 8 victory points, which without that, I think the Salamanders were in a really good spot. So we're going to jump into turn number 5, see what happens. So that is the end of the game. With the Salamander's turn, we saw them try to take out the Maleceptor with bring it down, and what was your other one? It was behind enemy lines, which was, yeah, he had deployed teleport harmless, which couldn't be done, or was risky, then swapped it out for that. Fortunately got behind enemy lines. Into my turn, I got overwhelming force and no prisoners. In the end, though, the Tyranids had already ran away with the game. The big swing point being that Gargoyle living. So the end score was 92-78. So all said and done, a bit of a bloodbath game. Great start to 10th edition. It was fun playing with the tactical objectives. We'll definitely be doing those more, as it added quite a dynamic to the game. Where our dead piles are probably semi-equal. Well, actually, yeah, sort of, kind of. But all said and done, good start to 10th edition. So we'll definitely do more of these. Like I said, we'll be doing the Crusade probably for the Tyrannic War. Play that out with the community. And we'll see you in the next one.